I'm here. Oh, I look like a little, like, I don't know, little troll or something. How we doing? How we doing? Oh, no, I'm sideways. Hang on a sec. Oh, and I need to mute myself because we don't want echo. Oh, sorry about this. I don't want lock on. Ugh. Why isn't this working? Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Ah, now, geez. Oh god, that's wrong. Sorry, you're all on a roller coaster. I just saw what Tammy said there. Okay, you're just gonna have to stay like this because I don't want to X out of the screen and then God's sake. Jake, can you move out of my seat, please? Okay, this is just gonna have to do for now. But yeah, I mean, you're only looking at me anyway, so sorry, guys, I'm not very much on it there. The thing will, and I think I have to go out of the live, um, to because it's not my phone screen that's locked. It's something to do with bloody YouTube. So sorry about my technical difficulties. Now we're in. You guys like my shirt? Um, you were supposed to have a live, not a live, a video today. It's uploading, but now I had to stop it so that it wouldn't interfere with this stream. So hopefully overnight it finishes uploading, and then you guys will get life cycle tomorrow because it's quite a long video. Um, it's not like, most of mine are usually like half an hour, but it's 40 minutes. So you'll have that one tomorrow. But before I get going, let me see who's here. Oh, you guys really have Tammy to thank for this stream because she sent me a message yesterday or this morning saying he's still gonna do the live on Sunday. And I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, I said I know the other day I was thinking about it. And then when when Tammy sent me that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So, um, Tammy is the one to thank. Let's see who's here. Hey Helen, hey Paula, hey Tammy, hey Sonia. Oh, Sonia, I was just talking to you. Sonia was the winner of the Christmas giveaway, and she got most of her stuff now. So she told me she really likes it. And hey Steph, hey Barbara. Yeah, Barbara, you're here. Hey Gloriana, hey Brenda, hey Silver Lining, hey Savage, hey Nakia. I think that's everyone who's. Oh, hey, she likes her. Hey, Abe. And I think that's everyone who's spoken in the chat. So hello to everyone else that's here. And yeah, I was only 30 minutes work. Um, I Abe, you've got your tequila? Sunday night, wild times. Um, I don't drink alcohol, but I used to. And tequila was my drink was always vodka, and tequila was if I ever busted out tequila, I knew it was like I need to go home. It was like the I remember when I came out to all my friends, we had like dinner, and I told all my friends that I was gay, obviously. And then we went to a nightclub, and when we were outside, sister that's after me, she was like hanging on to me because I was like, really all over the place and so happy and everything. And I got very lightly tapped with a taxi. And I had a huge bruise the next day, and I was like, I got hit by a taxi. I think I was like 20, 21. Oh yeah, Rosie. I was just talking to Tammy about this. Oh, Tammy, yeah, UK girl, just can drink a lot. Um, Rosie was just on live. I didn't actually see it, but she's been saying this for probably like at least a week now, that originally when she was going to film for Gen Q, yeah, I got run over Silver Well, I wouldn't say run over, I got like hit with a taxi. And Rosie was supposed to go and film for Gen Q on the 4th of January originally, and now it got pushed to the 19th. And then it got pushed to the 4th again, and then it got pushed again to the 18th. She's flying out tomorrow and then starting filming on the 19th. So when it comes to like what episode, I mean, we know she's in 3 episodes, so we know she's in those 3 episodes. We know Tina's most likely going to be in those 3 episodes too. But I I am so like, is she going to be is are these the last scenes of episodes 1, 2, and 3? Or are these the first scenes of 4, 5, and 6? Hey Molly. And Molly, we're talking about your favorite topic. Molly is always on it with Rosie. So no worries, Eileen. Hey, glad you're here today. So is Rosie going to film and be in most of 4, 5, and 6? Is she going to be in like the tail end of 3 and then in 4 and 5? It's so hard. I mean, we can pretty much, no info unless other than she's packing. It's really hard because the way they've been filming. Oh, I have another picture to show you guys from one of the camera operators. Just make sure it doesn't show the name. They were filming at Sophie and Finley's and Micah's thingy, the apartment complex. It's hard to see. I'll put it in one of my videos. Oh no, that way. Sorry with the ring light. It's just them in that around that building. So there's a lot of. I think this one said. Oh no, the day before this one said day 19 slash day 19 slash question mark question mark question mark. So but this person I think only started filming a little bit later. um oh, Savage, that's Savage says she's only going to be 1 episode. She's going to be in 3. There's that IMDb they're yeah, it's not updated. They usually I mean, IMDb are usually on it, but whenever it's so early in the filming process and they don't have like all like they haven't even filmed all the episodes, so they don't have all the info. So they will just put one episode until so that the name is associated with it, but they won't really know how many episodes are what until they get the whole thing from, in this case, Showtime or the other, you know. So, oh, it's really rainy here. One quick thing to plug because I talked about it in the video that, but you guys will get that tomorrow now. I launched some new pieces of merch today in the store. So there's the OG Castless shirt, the Gen Q Castless shirt. There's a few Bentina ones, one Tibette Endgame, one Bet Porter, like, for mayor shirt. And then I did these ones today. I thought some people would like these ones. It's like the Porter Kennard family, and it's just Bet and Tina and Angie. And then the other one is the thruple, Alice and Gigi and Nat. So go check those out if you want. There's hoodies and stuff too. Let me see what. Abe, have you finally found out why cast crew opportunities are contracts for 8 months? No. Um, did I talk about this on? Think I talked about this on Friday. So it really seems as though a a lot of like pretty much anyone who I've spoken to, or even people that I know people working on the show, they have all been contracted for this 8 months. But what I've noticed, some of them saying now, in like if you go back to the really old social media posts of these people, they'll say for 8 months. But then recently, one of them has said for however long this takes. And what I think they're trying to do is get ahead of schedule and go really fast because it looked as though over Christmas that they were taking, at least a week or whatever off, but they didn't. They went back to filming straight away and they were on, like, maybe not everybody, but people were on set on the 27th. And if my memory's right too, the 27th was a Sunday, I think. Yeah, it was a Sunday. And normally, like, there's normally filming on a Saturday, or especially if like a show that has night scenes, a show like Buffy that has like a lot of night scenes, I know that's really going back, or Friends or something, they'll film all week and then they'll do the night scenes on a Friday night, and they'll film all the way to like 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, and then they call a wrap, everybody's off for the weekend. But this is with Gen Q right now, it's just all over the place. Like I think they are really like, let's absolutely kill it, try and get as much done as possible, because not only are they filming around Christmas time, they're filming on a Sunday, and they are filming nearly every Saturday. One of the camera operators, they've been like posting not every day, but that picture before that, they posted one that was like day 19, the day before day 18, 17, and it's normally if they work on Saturdays, they'll have like a Monday off, and then the other weird thing is because the way they're having to do the shooting is that there could be days where Leisha's on set and Kate isn't, and days that Jennifer's on set and uh, Safida and Danny aren't, and it'll be only the big scenes. Well, depending on how many big group scenes they have. I'm hoping that we have a lot of Bet, Alice, Shane, and Tina, and they'll probably be doing those specific scenes all on one day so that they can be like, okay, everyone has to come in on this day, and then they split everybody else's scenes up on different days. But I also said on Friday, because the way they're filming 3 episodes at a time, they can technically, like, Jennifer could be going tomorrow to film one scene here in downtown LA and could be working on episode 3. And Leisha could be going up in the mountains to work on episode 4 on the same day. And Kate could be working on episode 5, in Dana's on the same day. So you would think that would make it quicker because there's been a lot of new crew brought in for this season, and there seems to be a lot more crew than normal. Hey, Esther. Okay. Do we know if LH is on set? I am assuming, I don't have any absolute confirmation of this, but I would be very surprised if Laura Holloman wasn't starting filming tomorrow because it seems as though they're kicking off the new batch of episodes tomorrow or the next day, depending if what the first day is like or what's happening the first day. They might just be doing setups for the episodes tomorrow because like Rosie's flying and stuff. LH has been particularly quiet on social media, so I think so, but I have no proof at all that other than guessing, but I'd assume soon, if not already, with Rosie. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Laurel and JB are taking Twitter breaks, which if I had to get rid of social media, that's absolutely I feel like Twitter is very intense and there's a lot of I'm in the L word one for the most part, like, and this goes not for Twitter, just for anything. Like, we are, I think, a very good fandom, very nice, and there's always going to be people out there that aren't, but we, I mean, whenever we're doing praises or reviews or anything like that, like when episode 6 aired, episode 7, everyone lost their minds. So it's great in that way, but I can also see, there are people who go on and do say really mean things, and I hate seeing that. But I think with maybe Laurel and Jennifer at the moment, it's also to do not necessarily with the show, but like with the political scene and all that going on because yeah, there's a lot of craziness. Oh yes, Molly, I did start Evelyn Hugo. I'm gonna show you guys. UKG. Okay. So I got this. I ordered it and I got it yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday in the mail along with this shirt. And It's about it's gonna be the new I don't know whether they're doing I think it's a movie they're doing. Eileen Chaikin, who everyone knows created the L Word, and Jennifer Beals are gonna work on this together. So I really wanted to read the book before, I know that now things have been pushed, obviously. They'd probably be working on this now if it wasn't for Corona because, they've already filmed season 2. But yeah, I don't know, I was thinking about, doing a review or something like that, but yeah, I'd recommend everyone to read it. I'm not that far along yet, but I'm sure by next weekend I'll have finished it. So let me know if any of you guys have read it. I know Molly said that she loved it, so I'm sure it's good. Oh, bye, Barbara. So this is special stream for you guys, so let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about, any specific questions, thoughts, feelings. I know, I think what some of the thoughts and feelings are gonna be. Oh, tell me about it. The Yesterday, I can't remember Stan, I think that I'm not very good with some of the young language, but yesterday somebody did a poll. I don't think they did it on Twitter, but they put the results on Twitter, and I didn't even know about it, so I didn't vote, and it was basically who's your favorite character, and it had all the OGs, it had all the new people, and it was really funny because out of the new ones, all the newbies got like 40, 45, 50. Gigi by far, like, blew it out of the water. She got, like, 230 and all the other newbies, like, 50. But they were nothing on the OGs, like, the OGs, I can't remember Molly, like, 600 times. So, yeah, they were up, like, more in the late hundreds, teens, and Tina won, and I saw a lot of people just really, really angry and being mean and stuff like that, and I do not understand it, like, we all love the same show, agree to like, my favorite character is Bet, and then probably my second favorite character is Alice, and like, if I see Tina's one, I'm like, "Oh, cool, okay, Tina's one," like, it doesn't hurt me in any way, and I spoke about this on Friday in my live. I mean, I really only consider there to be 2 rules on my channel, and one is to respect privacy of the cast and crew because they've given us this awesome show and they have been crystal clear that they would like their privacy. So I totally respect that. And, people send me messages all the time asking me about, especially about Laura Holloman and Jennifer Beal, like things in their private life. And I'll answer anything else, but it's just, I will not go into that. And the other thing is just be nice. Like, it's that simple because there's I don't know, like, things on Twitter, so especially Twitter, out of all of them, people just being really mean and mean to actual people, like tagging cast members, tagging, we're better than that. Like, we are a great fandom. We know better than this and don't need to stoop down to any like negativity. Molly, I think good woman, Molly. I can see she sent me the. Oh, Christina Yang, that's it. Yeah, 'cause I always think their username's really cool. I told you guys I have a sponsor now, and the first thing I'm buying with sponsorship money is streaming software. So hopefully by next week I'll have the streaming software. But that's the breakdown of the votes. I don't know, the camera's pretty blurry, so Tina got 2,439, 36.6%. That's a lot considering there was 26 people in it. Like there's even Kiara, Jody, Kit, Max, Poppy, loads of people. And everyone got at least the lowest is 9, and 9's 0.1%. Oh my gosh, Poppy got 65 and Danny in New York 43. Danny got the lowest, I think, of anyone. Jeez. Abe, all I want from GQ is characters like Helena, Peggy, and those fancy parties. Yeah, I mean, we've we've talked about this before. It says reconnecting. That's so weird. We've talked about this loads on the channel before. The like I don't understand why they don't play this card of having they have so many amazing characters that Helena and even doing flashbacks over the 10-year period that's gone on would be so great. But even just having, they have 10 episodes next season, say in 5 of them, like every other episode, the first episode of the season, the last episode, you don't have to put too much focus on it. Just being able to bring back those characters for an episode or two is so much fun and creates such a buzz for the show too. I don't understand why they don't do it more. I totally agree, Abe. Oh, Sonia and Gloriana. Yeah, you're right. I don't blame you for not doing Twitter, and it's a mess. Honestly, like I have it for the channel and that's it. Oh, Brenda, I thought it was one vote per person. That makes sense then. Oh, hey Judith, didn't see that. Evelyn Hugo's good. Okay, I'm sure I'll be done with it super fast, but yeah, everyone keeps telling me it's really good. Tessa, I thought TikTok is very confusing. I have no clue about it. Girl, I have no idea. I was asking my brother the other day. My brother's 19, and I was like, so it's like Instagram with videos, and he's like, no. Uh, hey, Grazia. Hey, Rosette. Hi, Ash. I heard that Taylor Schilling is in the L word. Is true or a rumor that that starts something with her? That to me is a rumor, but how awesome would that be? I would absolutely love that. I love Taylor. She is super cool, and it really would fit in with the whole L word thing because yes, Taylor was on Orange is the New Black, but she's out now and she's engaged as well. She's absolutely gorgeous and And yeah, I loved Orange Is the New Black. Oh, it's a rumor, so Madeline started. Polly, how do you know that? How do you know who's starting rumors? And Molly said, we spammed the votes so hard. That's why Tina had 2,000 and Bet had 1,000. Okay, Molly's confessing here to her spamming. Yeah, I would love to, they should get Taylor, because I don't think, since Orange ended, I haven't seen her in too much. Only Taylor is Holland. They need to get Holland Taylor back in too. It's her birthday. I think it was the day before yesterday. And then if they bring Holland Taylor back, she just really needs to be like, "Hey, Sarah Paulson, come on the show with me too." I I I bet you, like, if they really, really asked nicely and they said they would have Holland, like they wanted Holland Taylor back, and they asked Sarah Paulson really nicely, I bet she would do it. Like, it's the L word. I don't care, like any like famous lesbian, that's what they want to be in, and even some like famous straight people want to, like the that interview with Dana Delaney, where she was like, "Oh, I was so disappointed, and I didn't get to kiss Jennifer Beals because that's why you do the L word." Oh, Gloriana Taylor's filming something else. I did see. Oh, no, no, that was a while ago. Because I remember seeing her engagement pictures, I think it was, but I think that was during the summer or end of the summer. So hopefully we'll get some nice news next week. I'm sure Rosie will post some stuff if nobody else will. Yeah, the only thing that I think would like hinder that is if they said to Rosie, like, please don't post anything. But I can't imagine like that she'll be able to post, silly things that like don't, like her. I'm sure they'll have like a trailer door for her and stuff with her name. But hopefully we get some good pictures. Also, I really wonder when we're gonna get our first little teaser trailer thing, and the only thing I'm worried about is that we won't get it for a while because they won't want to release it until they've basically got all the filming done. Because say they released one now saying season 2 coming September 2021, then if they got shut down filming in 2 weeks or a month, even for a few weeks, that would push everything back. So I just really hope. Yeah, Helen, my computer that I'm reading the chat on is kind of like what the picture I see is pixelated because Sunday, especially, well, any weekends right now with people being in lockdown, there's just so many people on the internet. And where the village that I live in, like we need our lines upgraded so badly. I was thinking of maybe doing next week's live at my dad's because he has a little bit like the lines where I am, like the village I'm in, is like a bit further north up the island, and we're getting the FiOS cables in June, I think. But my dad's are like sometimes if I have a really long video, I'll go to my dad's and upload it there. Oh no, my picture is actually a lot better now. Molly, how are they working around social distancing? Is it a huge deal because of testing, or are they really sticking really close to it? So yeah, they pretty much all the shows are following the same, you know, restrictions and stuff like that. So everybody on set gets tested 3 times a week, and it's just like part of going on the show. And then they all wear, you know that picture, if you go on my Instagram, it's still there, of Gigi and Danny, and everybody has like masks, but then like these, big clear face shields as well. And they have like so many more cleaners and all that stuff on set. And then I'll show you this picture. Helen, if you're having really bad issues, if you click the little at the bottom of the screen on the right, the little settings menu, and when it pops open, there's a thing that says quality, and if you click that and click like down to like a lower one than you're on, it'll make the picture worse, but it'll improve it, like improve the quality of the stream. So let me show you guys. So this is lots of the camera crew. Can you see they all have masks on and stuff? So everybody, I'll put it up on my Instagram afterwards because the picture is like kind of blurry. So like pretty much everybody just has to stick to social distance as much as possible, but they do all wear masks and gloves and shields and things. But the actors and like anybody close do get tested 3 times a week. But if there's a scene, intimacy scene, kissing, stuff like that, they will do those like immediate tests. And then either, the scenes at night, the morning before, or something like that, just to be like doubly sure, because there is this big list. I think I've talked about this before, where especially big channels like CBS and ABC and all the sound stages they film on, like a show like Grey's Anatomy. And if you go, I think it's if there's more than three positive cases on a show, they have to report it. And if you go to like CBS's website and any of the COVID reporting websites, it will tell you, hey, on Law and Order, they had on NBC, they had X amount of cases and they link to this and this and this. And if shows link to another show, and you can like basically just see it all online. I keep a close eye on the L Word one, but they haven't had any yet. In productions like American Horror Story, editing and everything else is done while filming. Often a season is aired when the season finale isn't even filmed yet. Perhaps they'll give it to us sooner than we think. Yeah, I mean that's true with like pretty much any show except Showtime and HBO. So I always use Grey's Anatomy because it's a show I know really well. Um, when they normally start their season, like prep, the very end of July, the actors come back in August, and the public normally gets the show the very last week in September, first week in October. So by the time the show starts airing on TV, they'll have about 6 episodes in the can, like ready to go, and they'll be working, editing, etc. the 7th. So, we get 2 new episodes, hiatus, 3 new episodes, hiatus, a new episode, hiatus. And all the while they're doing this, they're continuing to film, edit, etc. And then whenever they normally finish filming in April, and then we get the season finale towards the end of May. So they always make sure they're a few episodes ahead. But with any Showtime show, Dexter, Shameless, they always film the entire season before they put any episodes out. And it Dexter is, I don't know whether anybody really watches that, but that's another favorite show of mine. And it's coming back this year, and it's going through a bit of what the L Word did last year because it's an established show that's being rebooted with the old cast and new people, and they're doing what they did with the L Word, where because they're filming Dexter right now, they're able to say, "Hey, this person's been cast," and it's not gonna be in Florida, it's gonna be up north and all these things. But with the L Word, because it was already successful and they already know, "Oh, it's coming back," the people who watched it before and new people are gonna watch it. They and this went for the L Word when it was on too. You really never got a lot of information before it aired. You did last season a little bit more, like we got all those breakdowns of the new characters, the casting of them all. They went to Pride and did this big thing. All of that stuff because it was a new show and it was kind of starting from scratch again. So I really wish they would start showing us to them and then finish filming. But with Showtime, they will always finish filming before they start airing any of the show. I just want Bentina to hold hands across the table. I'm not asking for much. Molly quote of the evening. Tammy, that's a good first step. Oh my gosh, you guys are like in Bentina Anonymous. I love it. Savage. Generation Q season 2, they're going to have so many more people on there. How are they going to put all of them in? They have too many now when I looked it up today. Yeah, they honestly, this is what I was saying. I think I said this in my last season 5 review that to me, season 5 was the best season of the L Word. And anytime I say that, a lot of people tell me season 5 is just the favorite season of mine. Season 5 is the best episodes. And I really think that's because they really shrunk like even Helena's not really in season 5, which every time I watch season 5, I'm like, Helena's not really here. It just I think right now, there's such a big cast. And it's even more difficult because you have like these two generations. So I'm gonna count Tina because she's gonna be in some episodes. We don't know how many, but more than 3, less than 8. So Bet, Tina, Shane, Alice, and then Finley, Sophie, Danny, Micah, and then you have like Tess that kind. Oh, I've been cut off. Oh, I'm so sorry. It like flashed on my computer that I was cut off, and I thought that I had like all of you guys had been booted out, but you haven't, thank God. What I was saying was, okay, you have Danny, Finley, Sophie, Micah, and then you have kind of Tess that's sitting, being friends with Finley, but also with Shane. And then, of course, you have Gigi and Nat as well, which are incorporated with Alice. we're seeing Gigi and Danny film a scene in season 2 now, so is Gigi being brought into the main cast? And with so many of them, and then you have like obviously Danny and Sophie are together, and then the Sophie and Finley thing, and then Micah and Jose, and all trying to keep track of all of these people and make sure they all get equal screen time. It's a lot. And I always thought season 5 did so well because even when I do, like when I did my review today, and the first thing I do before I start any episode is in the corner, like I take a lot of notes, and right in the corner in the column, I always write down like Jenny, Kit, Shane, Max, Tasha, Alice, Tina, Bet. And during like season 2, 3, 4, especially, the list was like way longer because there's so many people. And I just think it's so much better when you have the core cast that you really, really enjoy, and they're all the core members of the group where they're all friends and they all hang out. And I think that they're trying to cover too many bases with Generation Q. And I think it would just be a lot better if they whittled it down and were like, and Angie too, I'm forgetting, and Jordy. Like there's so much going on that even some episodes last season, like there was an episode that Micah wasn't in, and episode 6, like Alice had her own story, throuple story going on with Gigi and Nat, but she had like, apart from the beginning scene at Bet's, like she had nothing to do with anyone else. So I don't know. I really wish they would focus in more as well on the friendships as much as the relationship side, because one of the best things about the L Word was, that the best scenes are when their friendship is at its strongest, like the scene where they're talking about Roll the Dice premiere, Luck Be a Lady, and Alice and Bet are on the phone, and even in season 6 when Alice texts them all about Jenny and Shane, like this is the L Word at its absolute best. And yes, like some of the scenes, you know, the throuple scene and Tina showing up, those are the relationship sides too. But the friendship stuff is just as good. Everyone's saying season 5 is the best. Hey, Jacques. Has season Q has season Q, has Generation Q got a brief to generate a new younger audience? Yeah, it's what I'm like. I know I'm picking on you, Molly, but Molly's younger, and I don't know a huge like. Even if you look at my channel analytics, all of my audience, I think when I looked at it the other day, it was like 89% female, which I was not shocked by. And the age, because it breaks down all the age demographics, 49% are American. I think the next like amount is UK, but most of my viewers are 40 plus, and even a huge amount of my viewers are 65 plus. And I really wonder how, like, I'm sure there are some younger people who watch it. Like, and when I say younger, I'm talking like 18 to 25. But I think the huge majority of the OG and Gen Q audience is 25 plus. Because when the original came out, I was in the younger group, and I was 20. No, well, when it started, I was 16, I think, 16, 17. Oh, Silver Lining. I do like Finley. I know there's quite a few people who don't, but I really like Finley. I like Danny. I love Gigi. She's my favorite Gen Q character. I like Nat. I pretty much like everyone except Sophie. She is just I can't connect with her. And even that, we have even Sophie's family members, and we're getting these like little bits about Finley too, Danny's dad. Like there was a lot of characters last season, and to even, like Felicity and all this, like there was a lot going on. Yeah, Abe, you're right. There needs to be a planet too, and I'm hoping that it's going to be Dana's. Tammy, I love the episode where they checked out if Laura is gay. That is one of the best moments. Yes, Steph said JB last. I hope that's not going to happen. Bet is the center of the show, and that I was talking to someone about this the other day. I don't know whether how many people know this. I think I've said it on in one of my like lists before, but originally when the show came out, Jenny was supposed to be Eileen Chaikin when she was younger, because even Eileen Chaikin, when she moved to LA and started writing, she had an affair with an older European woman who owned the local coffee shop that she wrote at. And then Bet is supposed to be her when she's older. And a lot of people always say the very last scene, the end of the series, where there's that like shampoo commercial where they're all coming up and like in slow motion. And everybody's like, why did Jenny and Bet hold hands? And it's supposed to like symbolize that Jenny is the young version and Bet is the current version. And yeah, like I mean, and you could really get into, I've talked before about, the whole thing that happened with Karina Lombard and stuff, but they that is and especially with Jennifer Beals, she's kind of like the leader of the group too. And the show does have her at the center, but as well, Alice and Shane, and then all the younger ones and stuff too. I just hope that they give Bet, Alice, Shane, and Tina like enough screen time that they don't take away from them to give out these little, like a few little scenes to a bunch of the new cast, because I'd rather have a few new cast members that were really strong and you built like strong storylines for them than to have 15 of them and all, everybody gets a little piece. I think it's important to build the relationships with the new cast as much as we've built it with the old cast, and maintain the ones that we've built with the old cast too. Yeah, Molly said, I'm sure Gen Q was supposed to move onto the younger generation and slowly take out the OGs, but there's defo a gap in the market for teens and show based around queer teens. Yeah, that is really true, because there was a thing here on the Isle of Man that was like, it was like a festival for young queer people, and I went to support it, and I was talking to, like, a lot of the younger people, and, like, I was saying, when I was younger, like, I knew I was gay when I was, like, 8, but I always was saying, "Oh, it's just something you're gonna have to hide," and then when I started dating someone for a few years, and then I came out after I dated this person for in secret for a few years. And I've told the story before about, and I actually told her the other day that I was like, oh, I said this on my channel, like, I hope you don't mind. And we used to sneak into Best Buy to buy the DVDs. And I think season one came out when I was 16, and by the time season 5 came out, I was 21. And right then, I think I was at the perfect age where, like, I I felt more like Alice Shane. I could see where they were coming from and stuff. And whereas Bettina, I was still like, they were still my favorite. I still idolized them. I wanted to be like them, but they seemed like real adults. And but in the beginning when I watched it, I think a lot of it I was just like, whoa, like, and I think there would be a benefit to having another type of show that was just for younger people, because it is really hard to try and be this enti entire range for everyone in one show, in that you have Angie and Jordy going through that coming out, first relationship stuff, which, if you get representation in the mainstream media, you get a gay sidekick or something, 90% of the time, that's the story that's told, the coming out story, and then that's it. Like, it's very rare that you go on to get something like Grey's Anatomy where, yeah, okay, Callie fell in love with a woman and stuff, but you rarely get a character like Arizona. Sorry if people haven't watched Grey's, where Arizona is like this fully established, successful, beautiful doctor that she says to her girlfriend when the girlfriends come out to her dad, like, you used to date men, like, this is why your dad's having a hard time with it. Whereas when I was 20, I brought someone home called, she says, Joanne. And, I never had boyfriends. I had pictures of girls on my wall and stuff like that. And it's very rare you have someone who is going to be like that, is going to be pretty much the way most of us lives our lives, that, like, being gay is just part of you, like the same way I have blue eyes. And that's why I think, like, the coming out thing and stuff, sometimes it's a bit like, okay, I've seen this so many times. Like, I don't want that. I want a story about, these two women have been together for a really long time, or they're trying for a kid, or, they went and got 3 cats or something, like, just living everyday normal lives. It doesn't have to be this whole dramatic coming out story thing. And then, I mean, you're missing that kind of like college age, because then you jump up to Danny and Sophie and Finley and Micah and Tess and all of them. So, and then again, there's a big but, like, there's no one. I mean, we never really get the ages on Danny and that, but I'm guessing they're my age or a little bit younger than me. Like, I think they're about 29, 30. And then you don't have anyone really like 30 through 40, and then you have Shane and Alice, late 40s, JB, like, there's no one in that right in the middle section either. Oh, oh, and Eileen said, and now there's Carrie, the two guys, and Kayla. Yeah, I'll talk about Kayla in a sec. Yeah. Oh, Tammy, I just read yours. You said exactly what I was saying, that they should get another show for younger people and then like just leave the OGs the way they are for us. Yeah, Steph said there's no show from middle age like there's no show for people exactly like my age, like in their early 30s. It's always way older or way younger. Yeah, Molly said nothing like the L word though, nothing with more than one couple. Yeah, you only ever get one, like either one couple, and normally one of the couple is gay and one is bi, and then something happens to the gay one, and then the bi one dates men again or something, or you get one gay sidekick basically that's just there to be the gay one. Oh, hey Peter. Hey Terry as well. And see you guys sneak in there. And Kathy, hey. Molly, I have two threads to wipe at the bottom. Hey, you guys. I'm a little bit behind, so I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. Savage, I love when you're talking about Gigi scene. Oh, Gigi is my new love. I mean, no one can replace Bat, but Gigi is my favorite Gen Q character. Oh, Kathy, should one is the Our Generation Q starring. They're filming at the moment, but they haven't set a date or anything yet for when it's coming back. Guessing where my best guess is, I mean, they could really, if they continue at the pace they're going, they could get the show out in June, but they usually don't release shows in June because of the summer, so they're probably going to hold it till September. Oh, hey, Deb. Hey, Jania, too. Everyone's here. Um, Kathy just said, so the lives are just when I come on and literally everybody, any questions, thoughts, I just talk about anything with you guys. Everybody just writes in the chat, and then I mean we normally end up talking about like the current things that are going on in with the show, what's being talked about. I'm going to talk about the Kayla Allen thing in a sec, just when I catch up with your questions and thoughts. You guys are all like, you're talking about how old you are. Mm. Yeah, Kathy said there's not a lot of lesbian shows and movies, period. Tell me about a girl. That's nothing. Oh, I don't know. Everyone's like, I'm as old as JB. I'm close to JB. And then Molly comes in with, I'm 3 years older than Jordan Hall. I think you're definitely the youngest here, Molly. Oh, Silver Lining, you're close to my age. You're 35, soon to be 36. I'm 34. I only just turned 34. I couldn't remember the other day how old I was. So, Kayla Allenwood. Um, for anyone who wasn't in my Friday stream, and I think I talked about this last week too, but not to the same extent I did on Friday. So they've cast this, I can't remember her name now. They've cast a young girl that she looks to be about the same age, maybe give or take a year or two, as Angie. And then they've put the full character name is Kayla Allenwood, and anyone with a good memory can remember that the sperm donor that Bentina ended up using was Marcus Allenwood, who we met him a few times. And thank you, Molly. Brooklyn Sanders is the girl's name. And people at first were saying, oh, well, maybe like Angie's gonna just, there's gonna be some sort of like Marcus coming into Angie's life. And I really, and what I read, what I've been reading about it, and just other people, I don't think that they're going for this. I don't even think we'll see Marcus Allenwood. I think they're gonna broach this kind of, or maybe we might see him for one episode. They're trying to introduce this topic of people who have multiple biological siblings due to lesbians using sperm donors. And like most of the lesbians that I know that have kids, well, more than one kid, like a lot of them maybe only have one, but anybody that has multiple kids, usually, if only one of the women, like I know a couple that only one of the women can get pregnant, so she had all of the children, and they use the same sperm donor, so all the kids are full biological siblings. But also, I know couples that they've each had a child or they've each had two children, and even though like they're biologically from different mothers, they'll use the same sperm donor so that they all are biological siblings. So I think that it's going to look like that, and looking at how people make their families when they can't, the way heterosexual people can, like, and they have to put a little bit more effort into making their dreams and what they want for the future coming true. So it'll be definitely interesting because right when they started doing season one of Gen Q, Marja, who's the showrunner, her wife had a baby, and she's probably using her personal experience in the show a lot, and this could just be another aspect of that. Gypsy? I haven't heard of Gypsy. It's on Netflix. I'm gonna check it out. Oh, Jania, I think Sonia said she's in her 40s. Oh, hey Peter. I noticed that English TV has more later in life lesbian relationships in Europe too. Yeah, you know what's weird? Like I I notice a lot, and maybe this is just like my generation, that I was still in that kind of thing where when I was growing up, like there was no representation in the media, and it was still, when I realized I was gay when I was like 8 or 9, I remember, like, I can picture it clear as day, like sitting in my old bedroom on the floor and being like, oh my gosh, I'm this gay thing and I'm just gonna have to marry a man and hide it forever. and literally now I scream about how gay I am on the internet. But kids now, like my brother who's 19, like I never sat my brother down and said, like my brother's like my child. And he when he was like 5, he had a kid in his class who had 2 moms. So I think that age and younger, like my nephews, like I've never said anything, but I know my if I said to my nephew like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend or something," he'd just be like, "Oh, okay, that's nice," as in I have a cat and my his other aunt has a dog, like, that's just he wouldn't think anything of it. But people like my age and a little bit older, it was still, you know, surprising or whatever you wanna use. But I think there's some people in, like, my generation or a little bit older that then did hide it or did marry a man or whatever. And I saw this couple, they came on my Instagram and they have, I think they were like Mormon or Jehovah. I think they were Mormon. And they they'd only been together 2 years and they were engaged, and then it said, "And there's 7 children," and I was like, "How have they had 7 children in 2 years?" And I guess I just didn't think about them having them with, like, before, but they'd both been married to men before, and one had 4 and one had 3, and they put them together. But I also know a bunch, like, one of my best gay friends from university who she works for one of those, like, the bi pu the biggest motivational life person that you can think of, she works for him. I'm sure a lot of people know who I'm talking about, and she's a teacher, and I remember her this is probably 7 years ago, and when I was still living in Florida, and she was teaching at a school in Tampa. And she was like, "Oh, there's this woman, this other teacher, and she's really, smart and funny, and she's really pretty, and I really like her." And I was like, "Oh, okay, like, you know, do you think she's gay?" And she's like, "Well, she's married to a man." And I was like, "Okay, well, I don't think so then." And lo and behold, over like 6 months, they became like, and my friend is, she's really cool, really nice, and they became very close, and now they're married. She left her husband for her. So, I hear about stuff like that all the time. I mean, I think it will start, the things like that are always gonna happen, but I just think there's a lot of people right around my age that maybe, you know, my I've talked about this a few times on the channel. I went to an all girls private Catholic school in Tampa, and Kayleigh McEnany, the US press secretary, well, she left the White House yesterday. She was in my class. I sat next to her every day and argued politics with her every single day. And out of our class, there was 86 people, and there's I think on last count there's 20 lesbians. So there's a lot for a class. I haven't seen Gentleman Jack. I do like I can't remember her name. From is it Saran Jones? I remember her being in Coronation Street like years and years ago. Oh, of Gentleman Jack, Deb. There's only one season, is there two? Oh, some of the cast got COVID. Oh gosh, but they did finish filming. word and now the L word generation Q. The real L word was very senseless. It had no base really out of all the drama. There were only two couples that make it. I I like whenever the L word finished, I think I was 22, and like I was young and I was had a really good job, and I I finished university. I finished university when I was young. Like I graduated quite early, and like at the weekends and stuff I'd go out to the gay bars. I used to live next door to this like old man gay bar, but I was like only the only ever lesbian in there. And I used to live in Tampa, as I talk about, and we used to go to Pulse nightclub all the time. And they always would have, L word and real L word parties. And the only time I ever saw the real L word was if I went to an event like that. And I remember trying to watch it like three different times and I could just never get into it. So yeah, it does seem very senseless to me, Kathy. Like it never, I never went back and watched it. It just seemed like fake and, oh, Jania, my family told me they pray for me to find a man. Girl, my when I told my sister, the one that has my nephews first, and she was basically just like, okay, I don't care. And then I told my parents at the same time, and my dad was like, I really like Rosie and Ellen. My dad still now, like whenever I introduce him to someone or I say like, oh, so and so's coming over, if he like, I mean, my best friends, he's known them for 20 years, but if it's like someone he doesn't know, he's always like, is it a friend or a special friend? But yeah, it's like my dad treats me like a boy, so he doesn't care. Yeah, Jania, you got us. Good on you for not caring. Helen said, I don't want Jose back with Micah. I think I'm sure for the first couple of episodes, it's going to be a whole big thing with like why Jose didn't say it's like an effing husband. So I don't know. There's gonna be some like I feel like they're just gonna I don't want them to have like pumped this all up and then it's a really throwaway answer like, oh, we filed for divorce, but we just haven't, finalized it or something like that. And then he's like, oh, okay, but I think there needs to be way more to it. Oh, bye, Abe. Sorry if I missed you. Savage, what happened to the baby Bentina was getting? Girl. Oh, Miss G's right here. Oh, maybe you can't see her. She's always by my side. Oops. Miss G never going anywhere without me. Oh, this is falling down a bit now. shouldn't have moved that stupid thing. Okay. Um, what was I gonna say there? Oh, the baby with Bentina. Yeah, I think we're all wondering that among many, many other things, what happens to Bentina basically. So yeah, I don't understand why they didn't give us any answers. It's better. Okay, where am I? Oh, bye Molly. Missed you. Oh, bye Helen too. Oh, Kathy, you're in Barbados? My family go, well, like my uncle that I work with, he has a house there. We go there a lot, but obviously not now because of our dear friend COVID. Am I frozen? No. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go in a few because I'm supposed to have a digital date this evening on on bloody FaceTime or something because we're in lockdown, baby. Oh yeah, Tammy, about my dad and my brother. I have a support bubble with my dad because I live by myself. So maybe this week sometime I'll get them on. Yes, Jania said I'm really gonna try and like the second season, where or we as well like I said this in my life the other day too, like we've only seen 8 episodes, so and they had a lot to do in those 8 episodes. They had a lot of questions to answer, a lot of new characters to introduce. So I think it's going to be good. And they have had so long to write this season. So remember they were going to adopt, but while Jenny's death and moving was too much because getting the house sold was hard. Yeah, that and they were, whenever Jenny died, like they were literally going to New York. Like they were showing the goodbye video. Like it wasn't like they were still toying with the idea whenever the show ended, like they were going. So did they go for like 6 months and then come back or oops. Um, I just really and maybe as well, like with only getting 8 episodes, they didn't want to kind of pour too much into it because if those 8 episodes were all they got, it would have been, you know, it would have been silly to set all this stuff up, and then the show only had one season. So now that they have more, hopefully they'll be able to go back and really answer some of the stuff that we're looking for. Peter, do you really think Bet and Tina are getting back together? I think that ship has sailed. We got to stay strong, Peter. We've got to stay strong. I mean, look how bad things were in season 3 when Tina was with Henry and everything was a mess. And then we got season 5, and it was like all our hopes had been answered. And just from like, obviously, everybody knows I love Bentina. I want them to get back together. But even just from like a bottom line, ratings money sort of stand, and I've said this before, like my channel's all about the L word, hence the name. And I know, like, what happens on my channel, this is just my opinion, is a miniature, tiny, minute version of the L word. Like, people who come on my channel and say, I like this, I don't like that. Like, gee, that's how they feel about the show. And I know that if I review, I review all the episodes of Generation Q. I know logically the first and the last episode will get more views because that's just television and that happens with premieres and finales. But on my channel, I know if I talk about Bet and Tina, there'll be the views will be way higher. I know if I put Bentina in the thumbnail, more people will click on it. I know if Bentina are in the title, more people click on it. And if there's something big about Bentina happening, like that is the whole reason this channel existed, because I talked about Tina coming back on the L word, and so many people were coming on YouTube the day that that episode aired to see what was going on and see the clip, that I just don't understand why Showtime doesn't want them, just from that side, just from like a purely, you know, ratings side. Silver linings. I'm gonna rewatch from episode 1 now, then try and find my old box set or buy it from season 6 and work my way backwards. Well, if you do follow along with my reviews, because I'm up to literally once I come off the stream, I'm gonna continue uploading my season 5 episode 10 review, so it should be up tomorrow. And then I said this in the video, I only have 10 episodes left of the L word. So there's 8 and 11 and 12 of season 5, then the 8 in season 6, and then I'm gonna do episodes 1 through 5 of Generation Q that I haven't done, and then that's it. So I'm definitely gonna be done before before season 2 comes out. So if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see on the channel, let me know. Ginny, I don't say that. Peter, no denying that they are the best couple in the lesbian world. You know it. You know it. I'm gonna wrap up now, guys, unless anyone has any Final questions, thoughts, feelings. Let them out. Let them out. And for anyone who wasn't here at the beginning, don't forget to check out my merch to support the channel because I released some new shirts today. There's a Porter Canard family shirt that is, sit down there, that is Bet and Angie and Tina, and then there's a thruple shirt that's Alice and Gigi and Nat. Gee, your hair is going everywhere. You saying hi to everyone? You saying hi? You saying hi? They send lots of love. They love ya. They love ya. They do. Let's see. Oh, hey, Lisa from West Virginia. Lisa, I put a thing in your comment because in my video that's going to come out tomorrow, I talked about the comment that you left me. It was really nice. Night, Tammy. Bye, Brenda. Thanks. Going to my digital date now at 9:30 at night. Peter, good night. Gloriana, Sonia, Silver Lining, Kathy, Tammy, G sends love. Thanks, Lisa. Definitely watch from the beginning. I'm gonna try and do like a later night one, especially for the US people. So Deb, Kathy, Nancy, Lisa, Savage, Jania, Steph, thank you so much for coming, guys. I'm probably gonna do another live soon because Miss Gia and I are in lockdown. So you're gonna say good night to everyone. You're gonna say good night. Are you gonna? Mm, you are okay. Say good night to them then. Say good night. Are you gonna say good night or not? Being a grump. Yes, you are being a grump. All right. Good night, guys. You're all the best. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget, season 5, episode 10 is coming out tomorrow. If you're still in the chat, give the video a like to help it out. And don't forget to check out my merch. Follow me on social media. Miss G sends love, and we love you guys. You're all the best. So I'll see you tomorrow in my video tomorrow, and who knows, maybe I'll do a live on Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday. Good night, guys. Love you. Bye.